Hello and welcome to Gothenburg, where tonight Frölunda is home to Skellefteå in Game 2 of their Champions Hockey League quarterfinal matchup. It's a showdown that features two teams determined to lift the European trophy this season, and also pits two of the elite from Sweden's impressive domestic league against each other. Skellefteå comes in with wins and a club record tying 12 straight SHL games, while Frölunda has won 7 of its last 8 in league play. Only 3 points separate the teams near the top of the Swedish standings, and only 1 goal separates them as we head into the series finale off a 1-0 Skellefteå victory up north a week ago. We're in for a fascinating 60 minutes, and who knows, maybe a little more than that as we watch to find out which team moves on to the semifinals and gets a step closer to Champions Hockey League supremacy. Great to have you along for this rematch between these titans of Swedish hockey. As mentioned, coming in tremendous form in the SHL as well as the CHL. There is the Frölunda lineup, the home team under Roger Ronberg. Big additions in comparison to last week, with CHL scoring leader Ryan Lash returning. In fact, he returned for the league game against Färjestad, a big win on Saturday, and he is in the lineup, as is defenseman Pontus Johansson and fellow defenseman Andreas Borgman. Tom Nielsen misses out. Liam Dover Nielsen has been brought in on loan from the Allsvenskan. Linus Nassin out with an injury. He suffered a shot to the face on the weekend and will not play in the game today. There's what Robert Olsson's Skellefteå brings to the table today. Very similar lineup to 1 week ago when they were winners, with one major exception. Defenseman Jonathan Pudas, injured in that game, will not suit up. 19-year-old Oscar Asplund has been brought in from the Allsvenskan Almtuna, where he has 20 points in 23 games, and he will wear number 2 in the lineup for Skellefteå. So they are minus the reigning defenseman of the year in the SHL for this critical game to determine who will move on in the CHL playoffs. Step aside for the pregame ceremony, national anthem of Sweden, and then have first period play-by-play from Frölunda Borg, where this one will decide a spot in the semifinals.
Mina damer och herrar, vi reser oss upp för nationalsången.
Home side in red, the visitors in yellow. There are the officials for tonight's game. Referee Mark Lemle and Anssi Salonen. Lemle from Switzerland, Salonen from neighboring Finland. The linesmen are from Sweden. The net-minding matchup, a good one once again. We saw these two guys go at it last week up north in Skellefteå, and they'll go to war once again. Lars Johansson with the start in goal. He was solid in the defeat with 23 saves, lowered his CHL goals against on the season to 201 in the setback. Lena Soderstrom perfect in that game. 20 save shutout. And you saw the save percentage there, 9.34 in the tournament. An amazing 9.47 in SHL play. Roger Ronberg says Lars Johansson is the backbone to his defense, the leader back there. He's very pleased with his net minding. That's critical coming into a game like this. Robert Olsson, very familiar with Frölunda. He was part of the coaching staff when they won the CHL title and an SHL title going back a handful of years. Now looking to steer this Skellefteå side on to the semifinals of Europe's top club competition for a second time. 1 goal separating these two teams. It belongs to Andreas Wengerli. He scored shorthanded late in the opening period in the opener. And that's the only thing that separates the clubs at this point. Anders Grönlund getting ready to go. Very interesting to see how this one plays out with the lineups as they are. Big changes for Frölunda this week with Johansson and Borgman in on the defense. Ryan Lash, tournament's all-time leading scorer, in up front. And Leon Dolvar Nielsen coming in to fill in for the injured Linus Nasien. Not much shaking things up for Skellefteå, except for the loss of defenseman Jonathan Pudas, who not only is the reigning defenseman of the year in the SHL, but was near the top of the league in scoring at the time of his injury in the opener. So they're all set to go. Top line out there for the home side with the captain Joel Lundqvist in the middle. Be opposed by Per Lindholm. It is top line against top line to get it going. Familiar foes going at it one more time for a coveted spot in the last four of the CHL. The puck is down and we are underway at Frölunda Gothenburg. Into the home side zone. Good forecheck immediately from Skellefteå. Getting some pressure on the defense. But a transition to the offense just the same for Frölunda. Sent to the net where it's caught and held by Soderstrom. He'll take the whistle. They'll take a face-off down at the offensive end. They're the top line for a reason. They have been on a tear. Lundqvist coming into the game on a 3-game goal scoring streak in SHL play. Great crowds for Frölunda on a consistent basis. They lead the SHL in that department, more than 9,000 a game. We'll hear from the officials throughout the game. A standing production feature to take you inside the glass. Inside the Skellefteå zone, off the boards, and now out through neutral to the Frölunda line. Worked out between the blue lines. Now some speed moving to the offense, looking to get it to the front of the net, tipped in tight, and Soderstrom had to be ready. Good speedy move to the attack for the home side, trying to level the matchup bright and early inside the opening minute. A pretty good look at the goal as icing is called against Skellefteå. Anthony Greco down the right side, one-time New York Ranger, Florida Panther, and he put that on a platter. Good chance in close. That line of Morshak, Greco, and Eriksson showing they're ready from the opening faceoff. Frölunda was dominant on the faceoffs in game one of the matchup. We'll watch that. Big D-zone win there for Skellefteå to get it out. Back to the attack comes the home side, down the left side, and that didn't miss by much. Sizzled off the wing. Kept in the line by Lindboom. Backtracking into his own end to corral it. Jakob Nielsen steered it ahead. Possession now for Ryan Lash. CHL's not only scoring leader this year, but all-time scoring leader, with 128 career points in the competition, adding 19 to that total this year. Into the corner, kicked loose by Anton Olsson for Skellefteå. Trying to catch up with it, Rickard Hug, who's got 7 goals to lead the team. He just got a touch in tight there, tracked it down behind the net. Hug staying with it. Cluster of red around the top scorer. Lasu brings it in the Skellefteå zone. Takes a look to his left, played it there, just got away from Grönlund. He sends it out in front. Bouncing puck collected. And it's taken to neutral territory. Simon Robertson, the St. Louis Blues draft choice, in possession for a moment. Christian Poland back into his own zone. 7 seasons or parts thereof in the NHL for Christian Folden. Now a pillar on that blue line, working that top pair with Andreas Borgman. Forsskål back into his own zone. Ahead on the right. Squeezed in neutral territory with Stenman. Frölunda plays it up ice. Darting down the left side, Max Friberg, SHL scoring leader for Frölunda, 20 points on the season. The whistle stops the play on that collision over in the corner. Puck left the playing surface. And you heard the officials, they'll face it off in that Skellefteå zone. Good combination there. And Nielsen just missing that far post on the wrister. Face off one. Comes to the right side. Lindboom blasts it. There's a rebound, not for long. Soderstrom brings it to a stop. Linus Soderstrom with the initial save, and then he had to relocate it. And he did so just in the nick of time. In there looking for a rebound was Jere Inola. Soderstrom 10-2 in the SHL this year. 3-0 in CHL play. He's taken over the #1 job in the absence of Gustav Lindvall. Swept ahead for Sandberg. Knocked it off the boards. Back up the near side for Frölunda, trying to find a way out. Skellefteå shutting the door so far until it's played out. Inola back in his own zone. Off to the left, Lindboom just knocked it ahead. Coming up on 4 gone in the opening period at Frölunda Borg. Vingerli, the only goal scorer in the matchup so far. Around for Kunackl, 2-time Stanley Cup champ. At the line, the long shot taken by Olsen. Bounds to the corner. The Slovenian Morshak got to it. Skellefteå back into its own zone to regroup. Granberg on the boards. Lindholm knocked it off the wall. It was Max. 9 assists in CHL play so far on the season. That leads his team. Pass quickly ahead, onto the wing. In across the line. Oscar Muller backhands it out in front, and a chance on the doorstep. Just can't find the mark. Long shot bounced in front. Caromed off a body en route. Finally cleared by Frölunda. Oscar Muller coming in off of a hat trick on the weekend. 3-goal performance in a 3-0 win against reigning CHL champs Rögle. SHL action on the weekend. Each team winning its 2 league games since they played last week up north. Forsfjall to the red stripe, played it ahead gingerly, knocked out and cleared. Taken up again by Skellefteå. And across the line, Sundsvik. He had it bounce away. At the line, trying to drive one to the net. Skellefteå getting Johansson's attention. Arvid Lundberg rock steady back there in the absence of Jonathan Pudos as they try and deal with all those quality minutes out of the lineup. And Lundberg was on the SHL Team of the Week in Espressen, one of the key publications covering hockey in Sweden, along with Linus Soderstrom and Oscar Muller, the aforementioned hat-trick scorer. Possession to Frölunda, can't get it out, knocked down the line nicely there by Sandberg. Sandberg across to the left side. Taken by Lindholm, Per Lindholm at the line. Long shot sails wide of the goal. Freeberg races over. He's met there by Granberg. In behind the net, Joachim Lindström centered. And it goes all the way down the ice to Soderstrom. Not a lot of stoppages. The skating legs on display. Grönlund. Played ahead, he'll come back to Grönlund. He'll redirect. Out of the net, Soderstrom. At the defense and forward. To center ice in behind Max Lindholm. On that hard-working line of Lindholm, Vingerli, and Kunackl. There's Arvid Lundberg with that low, hard shot. Steady, steady force on that blue line. Arvid Lundberg played with Skellefteå, played with Växjö. And he just makes the plays.
Let's go. On yours. Back in. På din sida, on your side. Stay on your side. Let's go.
So the centers get their instructions. And they're back underway. Ryan Lash coming off the wall with it to the middle of the ice. Bouncing puck. And Skellefteå scoops it up and skates away. It's Vingerly. Formerly in the Colorado Avalanche system. In behind the net. Kuhnackel. Vingerly. Back to the line. The long shot. And a whistle halts proceedings. A good start to this critical game. Still just one goal separates the teams in the early moments of Game 2 at Frölunda Gothenburg.
Du också är med. Säg på Greco den lång. Mycket crosspuck i mittzon. Trean hem i mitten. Mycket crosspuckar i mittzon. Trean hem i mitten, okej? Det är bra. Hej. Forwards. Hej. Same patient with a strong side support. Neutral zone. Yeah, wasn't he there? I think he was there. But he... Snart har vi butiken här. Det är bra. Backarna. Vi kommer ihåg weak side anfallszon där. Vi fortsätter att liksom hitta den ytan. Den finns.
Roger Romberg with some tactical tweaks for his team, or reminders at least. What a career he's had at Frölunda. Been in charge since 2013-14, 4 CHL titles, 2 SHL titles. And his team wins the faceoff. Andreas Borgman around the boards. Right side at center, it comes to Lasu. He'll go back the other way. And at the line, Folan, the long shot to the end boards. Poog tried to get it out, couldn't. Blocker stop from Soderstrom. Still alive, Rosselli Olsen, the Norwegian. Recently hit 700 games for Frölunda. Around the direction of Rosselli Olsen, but by him, and taken by Borgman. Borgman being watched by Muller. Andreas Borgman away from the checking pressure of the Skellefteå forward. Left side through neutral. Inside a zone, picked up by Sundsvik. Sundsvik played it off to the defense. Good move up to get it up ice from Olsen. And then Olsen around down low. Sundsvik. Anaheim Duck draft selection. Now supported by Simon Robertson. Frölunda finds control. They'll backhand to the center ice area. Gathering there, Freeberg. Onto the wing it goes. Lindboom up on the play, and then boom, down goes Lindboom. A heavy check on the boards. Physical play as you'd expect in a crucial game like this. But discipline paramount. Nobody wants to be in the box and make life easier for the other side. Nearing 9 minutes played in the opening stanza. Philip Johansson behind his own goal. Now it's on for Morshak. Morshak on the wing. Greco has the legs churning. Tried to get it back to the line, intercepted. Skellefteå speeding to the offensive zone. Bounding puck. Karams to the near side. Good puck protection there, and then snapped deep by Forsvall. Comes back to the line. Forsvall with the long shot. And no difficulty there for Lars Johansson. Got the stick down and steered the shot out of play. Lindboom and Granberg come together. A couple of big defensemen. They get tangled up a little bit. Both those players with a background in North America. Experience in the best league in the world.
You started with, you wait. You started. Stick down. Yep. Stick down. You wait. Go.
Defensive players got to get that stick down first.
Just wait for a second, you know. No, this is set on television, you know. Yep. Okay, I'll hold it in. Yep. He holds this manual. He holds manual.
Now touch your side, touch your side. Good job, good job, good job.
The officials working the players through it, and we're back at it. Down the Skellefteå zone, you see Axel Sandin Palika take a tumble. Wonderfully talented 17-year-old in his NHL draft season. Getting some big minutes and impressing. Here's the goal scorer from the opening leg. Whistle stopping to play a moment ago. Liam Dolver Nielsen back with the team up from Västerås of the Allsvenskan. Brought in with the team dealing with the injury to Liam Nassin. That's Linus Nassin. Nassin taking a shot to the jaw from Tom Nielsen in that game on the weekend at Färjestad, and he's going to miss some time. There's a shot that just misses the net. Collision on the far boards for Frölunda through neutral ice. They'll track it down at the other end. Watching closely is Lundberg. Centering attempt doesn't get through. Skellefteå keeping things to the wide areas. That's an aim of this team that's really been strong defensively. Lindboom starting ahead. 2 goals against or less in 6 of the 8 games in this 8-game CHL win streak for Skellefteå. Starts from the defensive zone and works out, and that's what they're doing here. At the offensive end, though, strip down the right side comes Lash, gets a middle of the ice, bouncing puck, and good checking there to get back and make the play defensively, but a slash was committed in getting the strip, so back hard, making it difficult for the attacking player. They're taking a penalty. Puck came in the slot, and lurking there in a good position was Anders Grönlund, and Albin Sundsvik couldn't let that play out. Reached in with the stick. Looked like he had a good strip from the live action view, but you can clearly see on the replay there's a slash, so the power play is underway for Frölunda. Frölunda 20% effective on the power play in the competition. 9 power play goals. Of course, held off the board in the first game on 2 power play chances in the 1-0 shutout loss. Ryan Lash back in uniform, turns it over, shorthanded. Vingerly's in, and what a save there by Johansson. Huge stop by the netminder. It was Fingerly who scored shorthanded last week. Nearly did it again. Johansson with the denial. Maybe that'll get the Frölunda power play focused. Get a chance to make amends for giving up an opportunity. Instead, the puck changes hands once more, and there's a foot race. Into the zone it goes. Skellefteå with a look and the shot on the short side. Best chances of the power play belong to the team with just 4 skaters. Frölunda's going to make a change. And not able to set up the way they would like on this man advantage at all. First unit has come and gone, second unit out. And Skellefteå is not giving them a sniff. Skellefteå penalty kill has not been a strength, but they look good here. Johansson out of the net to play it. Between the blue lines, taken up by Frölunda. Rimmed around. 2 players on the short staff team to the puck first. They don't get it out though. Comes the line. Philip Johansson's long shot deflected in front. Saved there by Soderstrom. And he takes the whistle with Greco looking for a rebound. A good deflection there by Anthony Greco. And Soderstrom makes an outstanding save. At the Frölunda end, a shorthanded chance for Elias Stenman, the 20-year-old, getting up ice in a hurry. There's the Vingerly turnover, and right in he goes, Johansson. Critical save. And that'll be the end of the power play for Frölunda. You don't always have to score in a power play, but you want to get some momentum from it. That will not be a momentum creator for the home side. They'll put that behind them. Puck changes hands in neutral ice. Teo Kalin had it taken from him. Lasu on the left side. Battle in front of the Skellefteå bench. Hoog's got it. Plays it off at the defense. Sandin Pellikka played it back to the near side. Skellefteå's going to get a change in here with Oscar Asplund taking a turn. The 19-year-old in from Almtuna of the Allsvenskan. 20 points in 23 games there for him. And across the line, the shot misses on the stick side. Quick to find the puck again, though. Skellefteå. Robertson holding off the checking well. Frölunda able to get possession. Back in the Skellefteå zone. Sundsvik up the wall and down. Not all the way down, and right back come the team in red. Third spot in the SHL at the moment. Second in Group G in the group stage, falling to Mountfield only on the tiebreak. Group H winners, Skellefteå 2 points ahead of Davos. Lash on the puck, being watched by Sundsvik. Puck goes down low, centering. No shot there. Top of the circle, right side. Johansson fires. And Philip Johansson had things open up for him. Couldn't find a way to turn the red light on. Pressure continues. Frölunda out in front, chance. Follow up and sent wide. Soderstrom where he needed to be, and then the follow-up missed the cage. Here's a centering pass. Doesn't find its intended target. Nielsen. Great shift here from Frölunda. Really buzzing. Trying to tie the matchup after falling 1-0 in game number 1. And Skellefteå says, get it out of here. Down the ice. They'll take the icing call. Jakob Nielsen out front. There's Philip Johansson. And Soderstrom, the New York Islander draft pick, with a good stop with his left pad. Shake of the head from the talented Philip Johansson.
Let's go. Be first. On your spot. Run and wait. Back off. Back off. Yes. Go. Go.
Faceoff goes to Frölunda at the line. Pontus Johansson missed game number 1. Puts it on the boards. On this side, Skellefteå trying to get it clear. Knocked down at the line. Scramble for control. The visitors have it. Long lead pass to center. Per Lindholm has Philip Sandberg with him. Sandberg around to this side. Push down low. Skellefteå able to stay with it. Good shift here from this line. In behind, it bounces. Taken on the near side by Greco. Scooped ahead. Chasing after it, Murshak. Supported there by Eriksson. Louis Eriksson, more than 1,000 NHL games. Signing out of the international break. In that right circle. Good strip to take it away from the Frölunda attacker. Sandin Pellikka, short pass. Now they stretch it out. Bounds deep into the Frölunda zone. Quick pass snapped ahead. In over the line and down the wall. Lasu. He bumps there with Vingerli. Rosselli Olsen off the wall into the circle. Towards the front of the net. And there was an open man there, and Lasu just couldn't get it to him. Lasu with SHL and Liga titles to go along with 3 Champions League crowns. Some really well decorated players in the lineup. Now a well-judged defensive effort there to break up that thrust. Max Lindholm ahead for Oscar Asplund. He'll get to center. Played from deep in the Frölunda zone to the center red stripe on the right side. Freeberg takes the shot. Out came the netminder Soderstrom. And the puck goes wide of the target. Things opened up in a hurry Friberg, the former Anaheim Duck, with a chance. And still nothing doing in terms of scoring in the return game. 3 minutes to go in the first period. Forsfjäll on the boards. And a good tussle with Friberg. At center, played right back ahead. And Frölunda caught in an offside position that will stop the play getting late in period one. And nothing fading in terms of the drama. It's only building in this great matchup.
Bättre trean går hem i mitten. Bättre trea går hem i mitten. Så kan vi täcka backen. Då står väldigt mycket kross. Då går vi bara hem med trean i mitten mitt i neutrala zon. Sen är det anfallszon, boys, och biter fast. Vi spelar bara i anfallszon. Är ni med? Biter fast. Tvåan på kassen, ettan stark över puck. Trean mitten. Använd backarna. Backarna är rena. Får vi längre tid i anfallszon.
Chance from Max Friberg a moment ago. Linus Soderstrom out to take the angle away. And before that, a look at some of the physical play in this one. So much riding on a spot in the semifinal of the Champions Hockey League. The winner will move on to take on the winner of the Luleå-Ukraine affair. That one heavily in favor of Luleå at the moment. They've got a 7-2 aggregate lead with 1 period to go in their return game. So it could be an all-Swedish semi-final on the one side. Very much looking that way now. Borgman back into his own zone. To the blue line and beyond, up that left side, looking for a way in. Yellow jerseys blocking the path. Lash there. Down the wall he goes with it. Lash working on that line with Jakob Nielsen and Jari Inola. Capable of creating offense. They could use some. Tough to break through on this Skellefteå team. Eight straight CHL wins for them. They've not lost a game on the road in the tournament. Frölunda on the flip side has not suffered a setback on home ice in CHL play this year. These teams here for a reason. Down that left side, Morshock tried to get it out in front. Right down the middle of the ice was Louis Eriksson. They just couldn't get it to him. Sandberg bounces out in front. Soderstrom saw trouble and will take no chances. What a tournament it has been for these two teams. Tough to see either one of them have to leave the competition. Wins in 8 of 9 for Skellefteå. Wins in 7 of 9 for Frölunda. Frölunda, the highest scoring team in the tournament despite being shut out in the last game, averaging nearly 4.6 goals a game. From the draw, they've got possession. Left side of the line, long shot, but nobody there making life tough for Soderstrom. They'll drop it again in the Skellefteå zone. Skellefteå's best in the tournament, a semi-final appearance where they fell 5-4 to Luleå, the eventual champs in that inaugural year of 2015. From the faceoff, back to the line. Bounces in behind the net, taken up there, sent back towards the point. Grönlund, the long shot. Soderstrom made himself big and got in the way. Last minute of play in the opening period. The fourth period of this matchup between the teams. Just the 1 goal so far. Andreas Vingerli's shorty late in the first period of game 1. Well, Skellefteå seeks an impressive second semifinal appearance.
Stay up, no knees.
It could be a seventh, believe it or not, for Frölunda.
Come on, boys. You stay, hold it, touch.
Last year falling in the semi-final to the eventual champs, Rögle. Off the draw, Frölunda. Brings it across for the captain, Lundqvist. Belted it in, caroms around. Gathered, Lundqvist down low, tried to play it to the slot area. Eventually settled, spinning and firing, Risselli Olsen. Over to the boards, Carlson can't get anywhere. Skellefteå looking for something late. Shot from distance. Along the boards, taken by Hoog, centering effort. Doesn't find the intended destination. Time winding down here in the opening session. Skellefteå with a strip. From the wing, played towards the goal. Johansson spotted it. And no further play. Interesting to hear the comments of Roger Romberg talking about his goaltender Lars Johansson, now 35. And talking about him as a leader of the defense, just managing everything for his team from the back end out.
You wait for him. Yep, you wait, start it. Hold, no pad. Skate, hold it. Yeah, wait. You wait down, you wait, Pat. You wait. Yeah, touch here. Here. No, touch. Good job.
Puck's down, face off. Leading to the puck sliding down the opposite end, and the horn sounds. And the first 20 minutes of the return leg are in the books. Roger Romberg's team still finding themselves down by that Andreas Fingerli goal, but a good first period between the teams. And plenty of time to go to try and sort out who will move on. Likely against Luleå, who had that 7-2 aggregate lead over Jukurit heading into the third period of their second game. So the teams retreat to their dressing rooms, catch their breath, reorganize, and get set for period 2 with very little to separate these sides in a quality SHL matchup in the quarterfinals of the Champions Hockey League. visitors arriving on the ice surface at Frölunda Gothenburg for the start of period number 2 in game 2 of this quarterfinal Champions Hockey League matchup between Skellefteå and Frölunda. Andreas Fingerli with the only goal in the matchup so far. 17:21 of period 1, game 1, shorthanded. And he had a shorthanded break in period 1 of this one as well. Lars Johansson with an outstanding save to keep his team within 1 as Johansson and Frölunda take to the ice surface. And they were the team that had the edge in shots in that first period, 10-4. Some really good opportunities. Linus Soderstrom standing tall, yet to concede in the 2 games between the 2 teams. Well, big news elsewhere in the Champions Hockey League. The reigning champions, Rögle Ängelholm, have been eliminated. A big third period for Tampere. 3 goals in a 5-1 return game victory. And they take that one 7-4 on the aggregate. So Tampere marches on, eliminates the team that beat them in the final last season. And they will be in the semifinal against either EV Zug or Mountfield Radec Kralova. We'll see who emerges from that one with a 2-2 after the opening leg and scoreless in the first period of the return leg. Meanwhile, Luleå, they are in the lead against Jukurit Mikkeli, playing in the third period. They have a 2-1 lead in the second game, but a 5-1 lead in the first game puts them in exceptional position to advance. And Luleå, should they wrap that up as anticipated, will take on the winner of this one. Will it be Joel Lundqvist's Frölunda, or on the other side, will it be Skellefteå, building on that first leg victory and advancing? Not much between the 2 teams through 4 periods. Period 5 begins. Puck is down, and we're back underway. Into the Skellefteå zone. Contact up against the boards. Down goes Oskar Nielsen. Picked up by Freeberg. Freeberg to the line. Long shot from there. Hits a body in front. Bounces to the side. Forsfjall settles behind his own goal and starts it ahead. Just 20 years of age, Måns Forsfjall. At the poise of a veteran. Speaking of veterans, there is Joakim Lidström. In behind the net it goes. Round the near side, over to take it, Lundberg. Lundberg will drop down low. Looking for support, doesn't find it. Andreas Borgman gathers and starts ahead. Recently returning from a suspension. Now Andreas Borgman, a big addition to that Frölunda blue line. Heads off on a change. They head to the attack. Down the wing, played into that left circle. Snapshot saved by Soderstrom. And he'll get the stoppage in play. Just what Frölunda is looking for. Back up the defense, get the puck to the net. See if you can get some traffic there. Make it hard for Soderstrom to see it. Perhaps find a rebound. You're unlikely to beat a goaltender playing the way Linus Soderstrom is with a direct shot. So you need to kind of put a few of those pieces in place to make it difficult on the goaltender. Recently named in the SHL's Team of the Week, Linus Soderstrom, and many observers of the Swedish league consider the goaltender, draft pick of the New York Islanders, to be the best goaltender in the SHL to this point of the season.
Outside. D on your spot. Let's go D on your spot.
Faceoff goes to Skellefteå. Around along the far boards, Kuhnackel shields it. Gives it off to Sandin Pellikka. He's slowed up a little, but then gets it ahead. In across the line, Kuhnackel puts the brakes on, goes to the point. Long shot steered from the front of the net. Sandin Pellikka with a nifty little fake and then puts it down in the corner. Max Lindholm under the checking pressure of Petri Lindboom. Over, lending a hand, working along the boards. Philip Johansson. Nobody wanting to give an inch, and then back to the line. Will go just out of the reach of the defender, Anton Olsson. Olsson, the 3rd round pick of the Nashville Predators. 2 minutes played in the second period. Skellefteå with the 1 goal advantage on aggregate. Frölunda, the highest scoring team in the tournament, yet to score in the matchup. Johansson elects to let it run behind the goal. Played up the boards by Grönlund. Taking a tumble, Dover Nielsen. Frölunda able to advance though, in across the line. Rosselli Olsen checked down in the slot just when he was loading to shoot. Skellefteå inside the offensive line. Played along the boards. Robertson tries to get in to keep it alive down there. Frölunda finds a way out. Some stretches in period one, similar to this. Not much in the way of whistles. Lots of skating between these two teams. Down the boards, Lundqvist. Around the near side, this top line out. Friberg, Lundqvist, Carlson. And they've done some damage of late. Friberg 7 goals in the last 9 SHL games. Carlson 6 points in the last 3 games he's played in the domestic league. Puck played to the side of the Skellefteå net. Back to the line, Borgman around to the right, looking in the middle for Friberg. He can't find it. Fans rallying. Trying to lift the home side, tie this thing up. Scrum on the boards, they keep it going. Lindboom steps up into the circle, takes the shot, and Soderstrom fights it away. Lindboom again put it to the side of the net. Now in behind, taking it in the corner, Murshak. Jan Murshak, former Detroit Red Wing. And eventually, finally, Skellefteå getting a touch and getting it outside the blue line. They'll try to catch their breath and get a change in. Outstanding shift from Frölunda. Murshak down the wing, angle shot, stopped there by Soderstrom. There was a big rebound, but his teammates there to pick him up. Philip Johansson and Yuri Inola working in tandem, and they free the puck up and start it towards neutral territory. Granberg is there. Granberg leading his team in ice time in that first period. Petter Granberg skating 7 minutes and 2 seconds in the opening 20 for Robert Olsen. Possession now, Joakim Lidström. Bobbing and weaving, getting away from the checking. Wrister from distance off the stick of Olsen. Good response shift from Skellefteå. And you'd expect that with veterans like Per Lindholm, Joakim Lindström, and Philip Sandberg. And Frölunda charged with icing. They'll take that after that pushback shift from the visitors. Here's some good stuff from the initial threat from Frölunda.
Yes.
Shift prior.
Philip, stay.
Petri Lindboom.
Murshak start this one. Really, you wait. Murshak started. Hold the skate. Come on down. Wait, guys.
Leading the charge on that last pressured shift.
Boys. Ready first. Yep.
From the draw to the line, Skellefteå with the shot. Snatched out of the air by Johansson.
Mycket fint. Become like a unicorn.
Conversation after the whistle. Official making sure things don't get carried away. There's only been one power play in the game. Frölunda's Anders Grönlund back in the opening period. Or at least Frölunda on a power play back in the opening period. Albin Sundsvik taking a penalty on Grönlund back in the opening stanza. Teams at 5 aside here. In the Skellefteå end, Rosselli Olsen. His pass picked off. Picked up by Rosselli Olsen once again. Plays it in the middle. Lasu couldn't get the shot away. At the line, Grönlund gets away from the checking pressure. Puts the puck into the corner. From behind the net they work. Short side of the crease there. Jammed at by Rosselli Olsen. Couldn't tuck it away. And now I've got a holding penalty being assessed.
Skellefteå penalty, number 22, 2 minutes, holding.
Holding, the penalty being assessed on the play to Jonathan Jonsson. You see him take one hand off the stick there and grab on to Nicholas Lassu. And that gets him in trouble. So just talking about Frölunda's only other power play in the game, and they add one here. Their second chance with the extra attacker. The important start for Skellefteå. The Killers get the face off, but then the attempt to send it down the ice ends up into the protective netting. Frölunda was dominant, the face-off dot, in game number 1. They weren't able to convert that to offense. Did help them defensively, though, for sure. Lundqvist gets the face-off back to the line. Borgman comes towards the middle, plays it down the wall. Lash is there, he's plowed into. And then it's taken away, and back they come shorthanded. Into the middle of the ice, bouncing off the skate of Muller. Oscar Muller coming in off a hat trick in league play. And looking for a huge goal here in this CHL quarterfinal. It's not an exaggeration to say the best chances during Frölunda power plays in this game have gone to Skellefteå. A team that has struggled to find its form penalty killing wise has a goal, the only goal in the series, shorthanded, and has been dangerous when facing the man advantage. Frölunda trying to change that tune. Freeberg. Borgman. Back to Freeberg. Steps off the wall. Lays it down low. Lash to the line. Borgman. Right side he goes. There's some room there. The shot. And Soderstrom was ready. Back down low. Still plenty of time to go in the power play. To the point for Borgman. He lets a shot fly. Scores! It's a power play goal. Andreas Borgman back in the lineup and onto the score sheet. And the series is all tied at 1. Frölunda breaks through on the power play. And we've got a brand new series. Comes back to Borgman at the line. He walks it a little and then lets it go. And you can see all sorts of bodies crisscrossing in front of the netminder. Soderstrom, judging by his body language, did not see that one until he heard it in the back of the net.
Yes.
So back from suspension, returning in SHL play, and then after missing the first leg of this showdown, Borgman gets to suit up, and he's a difference maker. Borgman from Lash and Freeberg. Time of the tally is 7:07. And it is on the power play. So we've got a brand new series. Just about halfway through game 2. Short-handed goal in game 1, power play goal in game 2. Each team with one so far. Skellefteå shot 10-4 in the first period. Won't want to defend here. Philip Sandberg with a chance. And stopped on the short side by Lars Johansson, who had to be alert. That happened in a hurry. And the veteran netminder makes the save to keep it tied at 1.
Hey, forwards. Hey, quicks. Hey, go then. Come on. Hey, Jan, Lasse. Inside the blue line. We are losing too many battles here. They are coming fucking super hard without defensive support. We gotta be ready to take the pinch. We want this situation. We want it. But we gotta win it. Next play, boys, it's a fucking odd man rush every time. Come on. Make that play, boys. Make that play. Well, that's the moment of magic that has this one tied at 1.
As we play in period 2 of game 2, Andreas Borgman counting on the man advantage. Lash and Freeberg with the assist. That assist for Ryan Lash, his 90th in CHL play.
Just you know what I want. You wait with your stick, you put it down. Here we go.
His 20th point overall this season. Save made by the netminder Johansson off the faceoff. So Ryan Lash back and doing what he does. And that's going to pose some problems, you'd think, for Robert Olsen.
Touch your side again. You first, then you touch here.
Wingers in to support on the faceoff. Skellefteå trying to break free with it. They're obstructed. There's a penalty coming up. To the line, the long shot. It's snared by Johansson, but now he's got to focus because his team is going to be down a skater and facing that Skellefteå power play. 12 power play goals in the tournament to this point. Coming into the game, 31.6% effective.
Okay.
First penalty of the game to Frölunda, and you see what happened. Face-off was not cleanly won by either side. And then the veteran Lundqvist did what he could to slow up the opposing player before he could break to the net. Power plays on for Skellefteå. Into the left circle, top of the circle. That one a sizzler, just missed. Max Lindholm puts it down low, he'll get it back. Comes to the line, to the middle of that line, faking the shot. Oscar Nielsen goes to the right. Lindholm fires. And Johansson takes the whistle. Max Lindholm coming into the game, tied with Rickard Hug on 11 points for the Skellefteå point-scoring lead in the CHL this campaign.
Come on, Max, come on. Come on, Max. Yes, then you speed it up, Yep, come on, you speed it up. Down. Good job.
Face-off won by Skellefteå. At the line, working with it, Nielsen. Sends it left. Holding. Power play continuing on. Not much pressure from Frölunda, taking away the middle of the ice. Down low, point blank chance, they score! It's a power play goal for the visitors. Vingerli has made it a 2-1 aggregate scoreline. Did not take long for Skellefteå to regain the edge in the matchup. That vaunted power play has its 13th power play goal. And there's no stopping that for Lars Johansson. Brilliantly worked to Vingerli on the pass from Per Lindholm. And this one is tied at 1, but it's 2-1 overall. And Vingerli's become the man with the scoring touch. Accounting for both goals for Skellefteå in the quarterfinal. And 6 in the tournament now. Lindholm and Lidström teaming up to make it happen. So what will this do to Frölunda's spirits? They battled back, they played well, and they tied it on the aggregate, but now trailing once again. Still plenty of time to go. It's a veteran team. You have to think they wouldn't be too shaken. But Skellefteå is going to test them here. Centering pass, bouncing around, spinning and sending one just wide. Onto it is Hug. Sandin Pellikka now. He's being watched closely. A bit of a pick there. Oscar Muller came over. And Muller is going to go to the penalty box. The old-time penalty from the captain. Leading goal scorer in the SHL.
Skellefteå penalty, number 45, 2 minutes, interference.
Sandin Pellikka trying to make something happen with his wheels, his skill. Murshak trying to catch up to him, and Muller comes along and cuts off the path. That's a tough one for Robert Olsen's team. The momentum just back and forth in this second period. So key moment in the matchup here. Chance to respond for Frölunda. Joel Lundqvist up against Per Lindholm. Puck comes free. Skellefteå gathers, and they will send it the length of the ice as we pass the midway mark of game number 2. Left side at center. Lundqvist in across the line, and then turned out by Skellefteå. They've been really tough to deal with, killing penalties. They've been strong here, very aggressive. Borgman, goal getter for the home side, had his pass knocked down by Sandberg. Comes around to Lash. Back to Borgman. Freeberg will start it ahead. Finds Nielsen. Down the right side they go. Pinching to play it forward, Borgman. Round the kick plate. Taken on that far side by Jakob Nielsen. Here's Lash. Borgman. Right circle shot. Tie game. They blast it in. And the shot goes in behind the netminder Soderstrom. The power play goal ties the series at 2. What a second period. Offense at both ends. Nicely worked around by Frölunda. Borgman to that right circle, and the snapshot with the screen in front finds its way in behind Soderstrom. Jakob Nielsen let it fly. Freeberg was stationed in front. And did it go off the screen or did it go straight in? Makes no difference whatsoever to Frölunda. They've got themselves on top. On top in the game, even over 2 legs. Nielsen credited with the goal. Borgman and Lash the assists. Nielsen's 4th of the tournament. As things are halted down in the Frölunda zone. So no scoring in the first period. 3 goals in just over 10 minutes of the second period. Andreas Fingerli scored in the first leg to give Skellefteå the 1-goal edge coming in. Nielsen's goal here has tied things up on the aggregate as we work our way through the second period. Gathered in behind the goal, Jonathan Jonsson gives it off to his line mate, working along the boards. It was Muller. And now it's played to Hug. This line out, putting some pressure on. A good response shift. Into getting a shot away. Asplund with a nice job to get down from the line, and he threatened the goal. Transitioning to offense, Rosselli Olsen. The Norwegian forced wide by the youngster Sandin Pellikka. Muller had it taken away. Center of the zone, long shot saved. Rebound chance, Soderstrom's there to shut the door. The big netminder reacting well to that flurry around the goal. Had a 20-save shutout in the opener. 10 saves in the first. More pressure here. And he gets down and gets to work. Just over 12 minutes played in the second period. On the wing, Louis Eriksson centers right across the face of goal. Murshak in behind Eriksson. Murshak at the line, shoved towards the net. It's a bouncer into the corner. Taken up, Eriksson couldn't corral that pass. Handling it, Grönlund. Now scooped up, snapped from in tight. And Soderstrom's there again. Frölunda with its foot on the gas, and Skellefteå hanging on just a little. Now they'll cross the center red stripe. Shot in by Elias Stenman. 20-year-old chasing after it. Red shirts all over, and here they come. 2 and across the line. Inola! Saved there by Soderstrom. Rebound is gobbled up. Chipped down the boards into the corner. 2 Frölunda players, first to it. Inola now having a chance to work towards the cage. He wanted to center that. I think he was looking to Philip Johansson. Couldn't make the connection. Belted in and snared by Soderstrom, who thought about holding it and then kept things going. This one really going now. 3 goals in this second period. Teams square at 2 overall. Per Lindholm with the puck. Right down Main Street. Dishes. Joakim Lidström with the shot. Played to the line. Oskar Nilsson. Lindström. Far side shot. Stopped by Johansson. And no further play. Borgman and Nielsen have scored in the second for Frölunda. Fingerly for the visitors from Skellefteå. It's 2-1 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate.
Boys. Lite mer sådana här byten. Vi flyttar fötterna över puck i anfallszon. Egen zon, jag tycker de petar upp mycket puckar på backarna. 4 och 5 snabba i releaserna. 4 och 5 i egen zon, snabba i releaserna. Jag tycker de petar upp mycket puck på backarna. Sen är anfallszon lite som ni hade med alla era byte. Få en spinpuck och så jobbar vi som vi gör. Kommer vi tillverka målchanser. Det är bra boys. Ha skymman på mål också gubbar. Flytta fötter över puck, får vi powerplay, okej? Okay?
Anthony Greco in and testing Linus Soderstrom as this second period unfolds. It's been a period of offense, a period of special teams. And it continues to be a special affair between these 2 Swedish Titans. From the drop of the puck, pass ahead goes off the linesman. Opens things up a little for Skellefteå temporarily. Now Rosselli Olsen gives it off, played to the line. From the right circle, winding and firing, Philip Johansson! And the puck was available for a moment. Skellefteå doing enough to get the clearance. And across the line, long snapper doesn't get to the net. Fingerly trying to track it down in the battle of 40s. And play is halted as the players come together. Nifty pass to set up Johansson. He drifted that and went just wide of the net. It bounced right back out in front.
2 minutes slashing.
Tom Kuhnackel sent to the box. 3rd penalty of the period to Skellefteå. And that's posed some serious problems for them. Lindboom looked like he had a grab on a stick there too as those players came together, but things happened fast. The officials sending Kuhnackel to the box. It's a 4th power play in the game for Frölunda. At the line, Borgman winds, doesn't shoot. Dishes to the right, there's the shot. It just misses. Scooped up by Lash. To the line, Borgman. His pass off his skate as Muller closed quickly. And into his own zone to pick it up is Jakob Nielsen. He plays it off. Borgman straight up the ice. In across the line. Offside against Frölunda. Borgman scored on the power play at 7:07 to tie the matchup at 1. And then just a minute 52 seconds later, Skellefteå counted on an advantage to take the aggregate lead back.
There you go. There you go.
And Jakob Nielsen's goal at 10:57 has us where we stand now. 2-1 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. Borgman Forward right side. And back into the zone for some speed ahead on the wing. Lundqvist. Cross corner dump. Picked up. Rimmed around. Taken by Lash. 2 assists in the game for Lash. Now 91 career helpers. Comes to the right. Cross ice in front. Lundqvist can't find it. Angle chance. Bouncing around. And it's picked up by Jakob Nielsen. Nielsen with a couple of games in the NHL with the Blackhawks. They were looking his way. Pass is intercepted. And Skellefteå comes to center and plays it in softly, enabling a change. Still 45 seconds to go on this advantage. Just over 4 minutes to go in period 2. Jo Lundqvist behind the net to Andreas Borgman. Former Maple Leaf and Lightning skater ahead. Carlson cross ice. Pace down the wing. The angle shot around the near side. Settles with Carlson. Carlson watched by 2. 20 seconds remaining in the advantage. Skellefteå wins the puck. Player goes down. They want a penalty called. I think they're going to get that now as we see the referee with his arm in the air. Heading to the bench is Soderstrom. And the special teams nature of this second period continues. 6 skaters out for Skellefteå. As the power play comes to a close for Frölunda, one will begin for the Travelers.
All right. No worry.
Frölunda penalty, number 28, 2 minutes, tripping.
Anthony Greco takes a seat for the trip. Reached out for it there. Trying to battle to get the puck away from Per Lindholm. Got his stick into the leg of the veteran forward. And so it is a man advantage for Skellefteå. Skellefteå gets a penalty kill, earns a power play. Chance to swing things back in their favor again. Morshak versus Per Lindholm. Skellefteå gets the face-off in the left circle. The pass was intended for the right side, intercepted. They'll scoot away. Lassu is free in the middle. Morshak just couldn't get it to him. Good checking up ice from Lassu, but wait a minute. Another penalty being assessed here. Everybody coming together. Tempers flaring. It's a quarterfinal in the Champions Hockey League. Tied at 2 in the second leg between 2 big Swedish teams, so not a big surprise. The emotions are there.
Frölunda 31, 2 minutes slashing.
So a big 5-on-3 here. Lassu trying to be aggressive on the penalty kill. He reaches in, he puts the stick into the hands of Joakim Lindström. And Roger Romberg doesn't like what he sees. His team down 2 skaters with things all square in this matchup. Sandin Pellikka's got it. Puts it below the goal line. Exchange down deep. Comes to Sandin Pellikka. He can wheel and deal. Passes it off once more. 3 red shirts in tight. Around for Oscar Muller. Muller trying to be patient here, looking for an opening. Winds, drives it, snared. It's loose. They jam at it. Who's going to find it? Skellefteå does. Spinning and shooting in the near side. Just missing wide. And now the puck scooped up and sent down the ice. Difficult situation for Frölunda. An early start to it. Indications are positive on the kill, but plenty of time remains. Sandin Pellikka, top of the right circle. Dishes it down low. They'll work from that corner. Spinning in the right circle, coming out in front. Room to operate. The shot can't get through. Very patient from Frölunda. Lindboom forcing the skater wide. Thought about darting over there on the stumble. Stays in the middle. At the line for Muller. Muller fakes the shot. Dishes it off, comes back his way. Saved there by Johansson. And Frölunda will golf it away. Critical stop from the veteran goaltender. Now an awkward exchange. The fans are calling for a penalty. Not forthcoming. In across the line. Max Lindholm goes to the line. Joakim Lindström shoots. That one blocked in front. First to it, the Frölunda skater taken down is Friberg. And that's going to send a Skellefteå player to the box. And now Folin gets into it, Vingerli, and they've got to be careful here. Got a chance to even things out manpower-wise.
You can give 2.
2 and 2, 40. 2 tripping, 2 roughing. Number 2 roughing. Go 4 on 4. 4 minutes here, 2 minutes there. You want me to announce? Let's go back.
So it's evened out as Folin gets into it with the player after the whistle. And that's not going to change the situation. They were looking to get onto the power play. Had the initial penalty coming. Right there on the Vingerli trip on Friberg. But then coming in late is Folin with Vingerli, and the officials always seem to see that retaliation.
4 minutes and 2 minutes. All right, Ronnie. 2 minutes on the clock.
No problem, I'm coming. 4 minutes there, your guy 2 minutes.
4 and 4.
2 minutes tripping, 2 minutes.
Review it in the intermission. That's one of the worst.
4-4.
Kun sai 2 ja se sai 2+2 ja toille 2.
So they get things sorted out. The communication from the officials complete.
The slash or trip.
Either way, yep.
Yeah. Same penalty. Yeah, we have same. 12 seconds. Yes. Here we go, Pat.
Faceoff goes down to the Skellefteå zone.
One man good.
Lundqvist in for the faceoff for the home side.
You put it down, you wait.
Up against Per Lindholm.
You put it down. Touch. Good job.
Faceoff won by Frölunda. Spinning with it on the boards. Philip Johansson. Teams are skating at even strength very briefly here. And now you see Soderstrom banging his stick on the ice, indicating to his team the manpower situation has changed. 5-on-4 in across the line. Friberg has Lash. Lash back to Friberg in behind the net. Round it goes on the right side. To the line. Borgman dishes. Shot just wide. After it is Lash with a couple of assists in the game. Bounces off the playing surface. So just 1 goal in the first leg. No scoring in the first period. 3 goals here in the second.
You guys stay.
You see that veteran group getting together to hatch a plan.
Yep, you wait. Come on. Yellow, come on. Yes.
Faceoff comes to the goal mouth, scooped away by Soderstrom. Final 30 seconds of period 2. Borgman takes from Johansson, cuts right against the side of the goal. Gets it ahead on the wing. Rimmed around. Lundqvist there. Put it down low, looking for Friberg. Skellefteå to the line, but not out. Borgman fires, sends it high. Final seconds here in the period. Is there a late chance? Lash looks out in front, plays it there, sent wide by Lundqvist. He was checked well by Kuhnhackl. And the period comes to a close, and we are in store for something special. This one shaping up brilliantly. 3 goals in the second period. 2-1 on the night for Frölunda. 2-2 on aggregate. 1 period to go, at least in regulation time, and nothing separates these teams. A spot in the semifinals to the team that can find the extra goal. Perfectly poised at Frölundaborg. 2-2 on aggregate through 40 minutes of the return game. Stick around. Period 3 is coming up. Back inside Frölunda Gothenburg, getting set for the start of period number 3 of game number 2 of this matchup. A spot in the semifinals on the line. Andreas Fingerli scoring in game number 1 to give his team the 1-0 lead after the first 60 minutes. And cashing in again in the second period here tonight, helping his team to be on even terms with 1 period of regulation time to play. Special teams critical on the night. All 3 goals coming by way of the power play. Fingerli's goal in the opening game, by the way, coming shorthanded. Haven't seen an even strength goal in the series between these 2 teams, who have relied on excellent defensive play to put together some impressive runs. 7 wins in 9 games in the CHL for Frölunda, 8 wins in 9 games for Skellefteå. Skellefteå, in fact, has not lost in the Champions Hockey League since September the 2nd, when they fell 3-2 to Davos. Lars Johansson has been stellar in goal for the home side. A reliable, experienced number 1. How about Lena Soderstrom? Some say the best goalie in the SHL so far this season. Netminders have been good. They'll need to continue to be that way as these teams sort out who will advance to the semifinal. A semifinal that will see them go up against SHL side Luleå, who were 3-1 winners in the return game against Ukrit Mikkeli today, advancing 8-2 on the aggregate in the end. Shots on goal in the first period were 10-4 for Frölunda. They were 13-12 for Skellefteå in the second period. 2-1 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate as we begin period number 3. Home side in red, visitors in yellow. As mentioned, special teams a critical part of the night, with all 3 goals in the game coming by way of the power play. Action into that Skellefteå zone, and they are dealing with a man disadvantage. It's a power play carrying over from the second period. Some pushing and shoving at the late stages of the frame. And Skellefteå satisfied to get possession and send it down the ice, take some valuable time off the clock. Right back come the hosts. Angle effort there. No trouble for Soderstrom. Round the near side, Lindboom. Team's back at full strength. Unofficially 2 for 5 on the power play for Frölunda. Skellefteå 1 for 3. And across the line, the shot. They score! Fired in by Måns Forsfjall. Forsfjall across the line, let one go. I don't think he was expecting to score, but it finds its way in behind the netminder Johansson. Team's just getting back to even strength. Jonathan Jansson to Forsfjall, jumping up on the play. There's the shot. It goes off the leg of the defender Borgman. Attempting to get the block, and by Johansson. Forsfjall just hoping to put something on target, maybe get a rebound, get an offensive zone faceoff if nothing else, and he's got his team in front at 104. So now, be very interesting to watch how Frölunda approaches this. Plenty of time to level things on the aggregate. At the same time, they've got to be responsible, knowing that a goal against could really put them behind the 8 ball. Here they come. In across the line. Morshak. Dishes to the right side. A little bit of space to operate here. Cutting out in front, Johansson. And he nearly steered it in. Pontus Johansson creating with his legs and almost putting his team up 3-2 on the night and tying it on the aggregate. Pressure up ice from Lash, who's got a couple of assists in the game. 91 career CHL assists. There's a dish and a drive, and Soderstrom makes it look easy. Borgman back into his own zone. Icing is called against Skellefteå. Good pressure on the young defenseman Sandin Pellikka, and it creates a good scoring chance. This may be the best one though, cutting in, Pontus Johansson. Brilliant individual effort. He missed the opener. But in the lineup tonight.
We take this out. 29 should play. 29 should play. Wait. Wait. 29.
Fans complaining about some possible stalling tactics here. Trying to settle things down in the defensive end, make sure there are rested players in the mix. And Per Lindholm will go back to the bench.
You get down, no cheat this one. Go down.
Albin Sundspeak for the face-off.
Hey, come on! Yep, top!
Face-off goes to Skellefteå. On the wing for Joakim Lindström. He dashes ahead, 39 years young. Recently surpassing 500 points in the SHL. Into neutral territory. Possession there for Olsen, back into his own end. Granberg dishes off. They'll come to center. Per Lindholm is across the line. As Hoog to his left, pass doesn't work out. Big early third period goal here. The difference between the teams. 1:04, the time of the tally from Forsfall. Jonsson and Hoog with the assists. And despite the pressure situation, players, some of them at least, finding a way to crack a smile and interact with the officials.
Stay there, boys. Yeah, let's go. Nicklas.
Back at it. Into the Frölunda zone. Two from each side along the boards. Comes loose, Lindboom. Supported nicely, puck ahead. Taken down by Raselli Olsen. He'll play it to the middle part of the ice. Lassu packs it in the offensive end. Rimmer comes around the near side. Taken by Freeberg, then at the line. Johansson. Lassu takes the shot right into the chest of Soderstrom. And that'll stop the play. Well, it's felt like a playoff matchup from the opening face-off of game number one, but it's really got that edge to it now. The sense in the building, every little play could be the deciding factor.
Wingley, you started? You started? You started? No, no, no. Hey, spets. Klubbspetsjäveln i det vita. Sätt där, sätt det.
Face-off won by Skellefteå. Pass comes ahead on the wing. Kuhnackel gains the line, heads down the boards. Grenlund comes over. He's got help. Physical along the wall there. Pried off the boards by Fingerly to the line. Handled by Lundberg. Long shot. He'll track down the rebound and send it ahead. Across the line, Lundqvist. He can't keep it moving forward. 4 minutes gone in the third. Long shot there by Lindholm. Max Lindholm turned away. Back to the attack they go on the right. Borgman up on the play. He tried to get it out in front, couldn't. Around comes Lundqvist. In behind the net, Carlson. Had a bobble snatched from him. Up the boards into neutral territory. Folan and Sundsvik come together. Folan, dealing with two Skellefteå players, manages to just get it out to neutral. They'll start fresh. Over the line, Frölunda, Greco leading his team with 4 shots after 2 periods. Takes another shot there from distance, bouncing into the corner, Murshak. Just about 5 minutes played here in the third. It's 2-2 in the game. It's 3-2 on the aggregate. Skellefteå trying to advance to take on Luleå. Tampere is into the semi-final as well, eliminating defending champions Rögle. Tampere awaiting an opponent The final game going on to determine that. Zug and Mountfield squaring off. Here's a chance out in front. The shot, the stop by Johansson. He's going to stay right where he is because he's right where he needs to be. He makes the save and holds it as Joakim Lidström causes the Frölunda defenders all kinds of difficulty. Borgman shot ricochets and just beyond the stick of Morshak at the opposite end of the ring.
Stay out, boys, stay out, stay. Yeah, defense first, on the ice.
From the face-off, along the boards they work. Now and low. Jonsson rims it around, unable to keep it in. Sandin Pellikka, he'll backtrack. He's got a man on him. Frölunda with two in deep, trying to find a way to pull it off the wall. Short pass instead for Skellefteå. From Jonsson on to Hug, and now ahead for Muller. Second line out for Skellefteå. Can be so productive. Scrambly play around the blue line, flipped ahead by the home side, and will it be icing? Yeah, icing is given on the play, so they'll take it down to restart in Frölunda territory. The four-time champs with a little work to do in their push to extend the drive for 5. Vingerly in to take the face-off up against Lassu. A real battle to get possession from the drop. Lassu brought it to the boards. It comes around for Grenlund. Up the wall, Kuhnackel's there. Grenlund's there again. Not a lot of room to operate. Tight checking. Off the boards into neutral. Gets away from Lash. Vingerly with a pass ahead. Kuhnackel with Grenlund all over him. Up the boards, Lash. He can't corral it. Skellefteå, where they want to be, working in that offensive zone. The clearance from Frölunda sends it all the way down, but it'll only mean that it comes right back for another D-zone faceoff. Skellefteå with 8 straight wins in CHL play. They've got a perfect 4-0 record playing on the road. In the round of 16 playing away from home, they were 4-1 winners at Zurich. Scored 3 goals in the second period to take charge of that one, even though Zurich was playing an excellent game against them. There's a shot from the man who put them on top. Forsfjall's effort is denied by Johansson. That'll bring about a break. These teams will need it. The pressure is on, and they're feeling it. A very entertaining second leg between these two teams. Skellefteå by 1 on aggregate.
Keep the patience. Continue to support the puck strong side, okay? We need that first play, then we can go. So stay on the strong side, make sure we have the strong side option, then we can go, okay? Let's go, boys. Come on. Keep communicating. Let's go. Let's go. Backarna upp med snacket här, första passen.
Very even tone from Roger Romberg behind the Frölunda bench. A level head in these challenging times. You'd expect that from a man in charge since 2013, and coach has led his team to 4 CHL titles. They are the record holders in that regard.
Stay out! Stay out! Back off, Max! We're done! Yep! You what? On the ice! Let's go!
Lundqvist up against Sundsvik. Hard on that face-off again, and this time it will go to Frölunda. Borgman up the boards. Pass redirected, doesn't get out. Carlson couldn't get that connection at the line, and they've got to regroup here. Pass ahead, steered forward, goes down, and it's an icing call. Those exits from the zone, so critical, and Frölunda just a little off that time around, leads to the icing call. Frölunda wants to take the face off for the visitors this time. It's old reliable for Frölunda.
Ja, du måste ner din först. Du kan inte gå på hans händer. Yes.
Folan comes away with it. He goes to Borgman. Borgman's pass was knocked down. Tussle along the wall, physical there. Lundqvist coming in and getting a check on Lindstrom. Lindstrom fighting off the coverage. But Skellefteå forced back into its own zone. There is no free ice now. 12:20 to go in period number 3. Skellefteå with the 1-goal edge on aggregate. Luleå awaits the winner. Back into his own end, Sandin Pellikka pressured right in front of his own goal, but steered it ahead. Level head for the youngster. Remember, Skellefteå playing without top defenseman Jonathan Pudas, who was hurt in the opening game of the matchup. They're finding a way, as they have for so long now, a 7-week win streak in the SHL. A club record tying 12 consecutive victories in domestic play. There's a long shot. They score! It's an equalizer. The overall aggregate total is level, as the shot from the line finds its way in behind the netminder, Soderstrom. Simple looking enough. Philip Johansson gets to the middle, takes the shot. Granberg's in front. Moorshack's in front. Post and in. Well, you'd never think these teams were having trouble scoring with the 1-0 first leg result and no scoring in the first period. We're up to 5 goals in just over a period. In neutral territory, Murshak and Forsfjeld come together. Puck bounces out for a whistle to stop the play. Philip Johansson, first-round pick of the Minnesota Wild, signed by the Vancouver Canucks. And at 8:20 of period 3, he's got his team in front, 3-2 in the game, and it's 3-3 on aggregate. Eriksson and Greco draw the assists. And for Johansson, his 3rd of the tournament. Skellefteå in the attacking zone. Max Lindholm. Back to the line, redirected there just outside the line. Bengerle has got 2 goals in the series. Out between the blue lines, gives it to Forsfjeld. Karams around that far side, Grönlund. In behind the net. Long clearing effort. Skellefteå back into its own zone. They'll scoop it to the center ice area, taken there by Lash. Lash with a couple of points in the game. And adding to his impressive total now at 130 career points in CHL action, as that one bounces to the side of the net. Coming up on the midway mark of this 3rd period. 2-game total goal matchup, all square. In across the line, Sandin Pellikka puts it to the backside. Chance there, and Johansson comes across, makes the save, and makes sure there's no second chance. That's a huge save. Sandin Pellikka with a terrific pass Joakim Lidström wastes no time getting that one off his blade. And the save is made by Johansson. The youngster and the veteran combining on the chance, and Johansson wipes it out. In behind the net, Lindboom puts it on the board, scooped high in the air. Back into his own zone to gather Anton Olsson, Nashville Predator draft pick. Now in neutral, he'll catch up to it. Packs it across the line, heads into the corner. Olsson puts it around far side. Sandberg tried to get open, they don't find him. Long shot off the end boards. Collected down low, there's Sandberg. At the line, Granberg. He takes the shot. Johansson says, that's enough. He's going to manage things in that defensive zone and take the face-off. Yeah, they're getting what they came for tonight. A very good game between two outstanding teams. And neither willing to give an inch.
Good battle. Niklas, nice.
Off the face-off, finding a way to come away with it, Frölunda. Right wing side, Rosselli Olsson. Recently reached 700 games with Frölunda. Pushed free, two Reds outwork the yellow. But it comes to the center ice area. Grönlund trying to work away from the checking. In across the line, takes the shot. Turned away by Soderstrom. Some good skill there from the smooth skating defender. Anthony Greco contributing once again in this contest. Got an assist on the goal from Philip Johansson that tied this on the aggregate at 8:20 of period 3.
Stay down, stay down. There you go.
In behind the net, Sandin Pellikka onto the boards. Kuhnackel changes hands and sent back in the Frölunda zone. Whipped ahead to the red line, deflected deep. Louis Eriksson comes to it, puts it around the near side. At the line, the long drive, wide of the mark. Karam's down lower, can be gathered. Greco's there, takes a look out in front, holds on, now plays it out in front, intercepted. And Skellefteå comes away. Forward for Kuhnackel, fights off the checking. Kuhnackel, a couple of Stanley Cups with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Chasing a European trophy here. Fingerly with the shot. Fingerly scoring in each game, just about adds a second tonight. Dropped off at the line, the long shot, and Johansson finds a way to spy that one with some players in his path. Holds on and gets the stoppage.
Oh yeah, the plastic is out.
Yeah.
A little repair work needed in and around that Frölunda goal as we wind our way through period 3 of game number 2. Skellefteå took the opener 1-0 on a Andreas Fingerly shorthanded goal. And that lone goal stood up until 7:07 of the second period in this one. Andreas Borgman tied it.
There was no contact with the hole anymore. It was just
It was 2-1 on the night after 40 minutes. And 2-2 on the aggregate. Then here in the third,
Let's go.
teams exchanging goals, 3-3 on aggregate. Here comes Frölunda. In across the line, the long shot. No trouble for Soderstrom, and it's an offensive zone faceoff for Frölunda. And then they're back at it in the pushing, shoving department after the whistle stops the play. These teams with a lot of respect for each other, playing excellent hockey this season. And they're both desperate to advance to the semifinal and take on Luleå. Tappara eliminated defending champs Rögle with a 5-1 win in the second leg, overcoming a 1-goal deficit from the first leg. Luleå, well, just picked up where they left off. They were comfortable winners in their opening game against Ukraine. They were 3-1 winners in the rematch to advance 8-2. Only other contest ongoing, Zug versus Mountfield, Hradec Kralova, and that's 1-1 in the game and 3-3 on the aggregate. Winner of that one faces Tappra. Possession for Skellefteå. Out to the center ice area, knocked down, put to the boards. Changing hands onto it, just across the line before being stripped. It comes back the other way. Skellefteå along the left side. Long drive from distance. That one caroms and leads to a stoppage. Winding our way through a nail-biting third of the return leg. And this one sees nothing between the teams. 3-3 on the aggregate.
Hey, we're really on the edge now.
Eller, ska du prova och komma upp på backen och du kommer bakom backen, du vet som du gör ibland. Att backen screenar åt dig så kommer du upp på den. Ja, det tror jag funkar. Okej, över under. Okej. Vi kör den en gång. Du följer här med. Ja. Ställ upp så igen. Ja, just det. Ja, den är bra. Ja, det är bra. Hitta instick på. Ja.
Kom in en jävel här nu.
Teams combining for 3 special teams goals in the second period. 2 even strength goals in the third tonight. 3-2 for Frölunda in the second leg. 3-3 where it matters most. From the face-off, comes back to Forsfjell. He gave his team an advantage here early in the third. He's since been wiped out on the tally from Philip Johansson. But the defenders contributing to the offense. Taken on the boards, looking for Freeberg. It doesn't get to him. Stick chopped out of the hands by Jonathan Jonsson. Play carries on. Just over 7 minutes to go in period 3. Skellefteå gaining the line. Oscar Nielsen along the boards. Near side. Down from the line, Sandin Pellikka. 17-year-old played it towards the line, taken away from him. It's a 2-on-1. Freeberg to his left, cuts to the net, comes back to him. Saved there by Söderström. Still alive in that Skellefteå zone. Frölunda creates off the rush. And Söderström has the answer. Now he'll just drop and hold and let his team reorganize. Sandin Pellikka deep in the zone. And he has it taken away. Picked up by Freeberg, who beats one man, and then he's off to the races with Carlson. Got in there, and that's a huge save from Söderström, who kept the pads together. We heard Roger Romberg talking about taking advantage of Skellefteå pinching at an earlier pause in play. And they took advantage of it there. Off the draw at the line, Johansson. Scooped around and down low, taken by Rosselli Olsen. Rosselli Olsen looking for Lasu in front. Can't get it there. Dealing with a checking of Lundberg. Now the long shot, spotted by Söderström. And he'll make them drop it back into play. Nicholas Lasu, one of the great core of veterans on this Frölunda team.
Here we go.
Got depth up and down the lineup through their 4 forward lines on their blue line. Skellefteå can respond similarly, although they would love to have Jonathan Pudas in their lineup.
You do the same, Per, you stop it there. Put it down, stop there, put it down, yep.
Face off won by Frölunda. From the line, Grönlund down the boards. In behind the net to Morshak. Morshak centers in tight Louis Eriksson, and he just couldn't get the shot away cleanly. Checked as he tried to let it go. And Söderström makes the save. Eriksson was right there in that tough spot to be, dealing with the physical play, and just couldn't get the shot off the way he would have liked. Shots in the third, 8-7 for Frölunda. 30-24 for the home team in the game. Philip Sandberg on the wing and across the line. Joakim Lidström comes to the middle, goes backside, and it was tapped there and just steered wide as Skellefteå suddenly opened up the Frölunda back in. Lay down for Eriksson. Around he goes for Pontus Johansson. Johansson is slammed to the boards. Skellefteå checking well. 5.5 to go in the second leg. Down the boards comes Forsfjall. Couldn't maintain control. Lash has it bounce away. Taken on the boards by Hug. Rimmer comes this side. Again, the defenseman down from the line and into the corner. Jonathan Johansson slammed it around. Over there with the body on is Lash. He goes to the ice with his counterpart. Muller has it for a moment, poked out by Frölunda. Hug takes a tumble, brought in across the line by Lash, and called on the offside. So much on the line here for these teams. A berth in the Champions Hockey League semi-final. It would be a 7th appearance for Frölunda, the 4-time champs. A 2nd, the first since the inaugural year for Skellefteå.
Wingerly, you started right before. Stop there, Wingerly. Hold the skate over there. Good job.
From the face-off. Pushed ahead by Wingerly. He's slammed into. Puck comes loose. Played by Jakob Nielsen. Folan snaps it ahead. Trying to get in behind the defense. Lawsuit to the net. Stopped by Soderstrom. They jam at it. And the whistle goes.
Guys, good job.
Intense drive to the net there. And the goaltender makes the save and holds on. With a bunch of players scrapping for control. Great net drive by Lasu, who looked like he was going nowhere, then found a way to get a little space against the youngster Sandin Pellikka. Tremendous lead pass. And the 6'3" goaltender Soderstrom takes away the bottom part of the net.
Yep. Stay with it.
Per Lindholm to oppose Lasu here.
Touch. Boys! Ja, men nu får du gasa på det. We stand! Yep, come on!
Little jostling. And the puck is down. Back at it. Into neutral. Sprung from the board, sent to the far side. Shot in, Johansson can't stop it. Collected and steered high out of the zone, all the way down the ice it goes. And icing called against Frölunda. 4:20 remains in the third. Frölunda coming into this, the highest scoring team in the CHL this season. Counting a whopping 4.56 goals per game. They were shut out in the opener. I don't know if they were questioning themselves offensively because they've had success not only in the tournament but recently in the league. They scored 10 goals and 2 league wins coming into this, and they found their offense in this game. A couple of power play goals, an even strength goal here in the third. Now a shot to the net looking for more, and Soderstrom holds it to the chest. Down low and getting a touch there was Lundqvist. A great pass. So much understanding amongst this trio of Lundqvist, Freeberg, and Karlsson. Coming in carrying hot sticks, each of the members of the line. 3-game goal scoring streak in the league for Lundqvist. Here he's just trying to win a faceoff. Kicked free by Skellefteå. Oscar Nielsen starts ahead. Nielsen ahead. Kuhnackel, far side. Angle shot there. Bouncing around. Sticks are raised, but the puck is in the goaltender's pads. Wishful thinking for Skellefteå and relieved thoughts for Frölunda. As the netminder Johansson is tested once again. He's had another strong game. Wasn't as busy in the first period, Lars Johansson, but made a key breakaway save off Andreas Vingerli to keep his team within one. All even now on the aggregate. Scrum off the faceoff yet again. Jammed towards the net, steered wide. Scooped up Sandberg. Puts it towards the cage on the edge of the crease. Steered to safety by Frölunda. Down the ice they go. Into the corner, Lassu trying to win a battle there. Per Lindholm comes along. Rosselli Olsen snatches it. Into the middle of the ice. Skellefteå getting a change in. Now they'll move it ahead. Jonathan Jönsson. Into the middle of the ice. Quickly ahead. Now it's worked down the right side. Bounces on Granberg, who had jumped into the play. Jari Inola can't maintain control. Here's Hoog. Hoog circling menacingly. Feeds it off to his right. Settled there and then played down the boards. Less than 3 minutes to go in the third. Overtime looming. Lundberg puts it off the end boards. And to help out is Inola. He goes on the wing. Can't get it out. Skellefteå with the pressure on here. Frölunda catches a break as the puck goes out of play, so we get things halted and a chance for the teams to reset a little. Heading down the stretch in period 3 of the return game. Vingerli up against Lundqvist. Every face-off so important. This one goes to the home side. Folin ahead. Freeberg tried to get a touch. He didn't. It's icing. They'll have to do it again. These face-offs have become major events in and of themselves. The center is so focused. The wingers ready to jump in. Everybody trying to get possession for their team.
Defense on the ice. Over the stick, boys. Do it. On this. Yes.
Face off one cleanly. Skellefteå to the line. The long shot. Saved there by Johansson. More of a block than a reaction. Had himself in the right spot. Down the ice it goes. Granberg working against the checking of Carlson. Granberg now working away from Lundqvist. Along the boards into neutral territory. Kuhnackel stripped. Skellefteå with it. Less than 2 minutes to go in period 3. Frölunda at the edge in shots. The edge on the night, but it's all even over the two legs. Big contact along the boards. Skellefteå's got the puck though. Sandberg trying to cause problems. Goes to the line. The drive from distance. Rebound chance. They jam at the edge of the crease. Down is Johansson. And he's kept it out. At least he believes he has. Per Lindholm with other ideas. Played back to the point. The long, hard shot saved by Johansson. The rebound off the outside of the net. And then down went Johansson, and somewhat fortunate not to push that into his own goal. Lassu out for this key defensive zone face-off. Lindholm would take so many for Skellefteå is there. Loose for Joakim Lindström. Lindström looking for options. Spins and shoots. Puck bounces into the corner. Over is Lindboom. He'll jar it loose. Taken up by Philip Johansson, who's got the equalizer, the aggregate equalizer here in the third. Cross ice, Lassu can't get there. Icing is called, and the home fans don't like it at Frölunda. They're on the edge of their seats, so they don't know if they can take another one of these defensive zone face-offs. 10-minute 3-on-3 applies if it remains all even through regulation time. Game-winning shots would follow that if still level. There's some people who've made the long trip to the south, looking for some late magic here. Muller to the line. Lundberg down in behind the net. Hoog trying to get to it. Lasu comes in and slams his man. Lasu trying to come away with it. It'll bounce. It's gathered by Jakob Nielsen. Once more down the ice in that Skellefteå zone. No icing this time. Into the final minute. Taken up along the boards by Jakob Nielsen. There's a blast from distance. It's up high. Loose in front and pushed to the side. Now it comes back to the blue line. Round the left side. Trying to get a shot away. Stopped in front. Sandin Pellikka knocking it ahead. Just 35 seconds remaining in regulation in game 2. Ahead for Freeberg. Crosses the center red line. Puts it down on his right. Checked and cleared. Frölunda looking for something in the final seconds. Played towards the goal. Knocked down by Soderstrom. Scramble for possession in behind the net. Not much doing there. 10 seconds remaining. The battle rages on. Over to get a touch. Olsen. He puts it along the boards. They want to keep it wide. That's going to do it. 3 periods complete. The return game not complete. We've got ourselves a 3-3 aggregate scoreline.
It's 3-on-3, so be carefully. It's 3-on-3, so be carefully.
The officials reminding the players to keep their heads, keep their cool, stay out of the penalty box. Overtime will be 3-on-3. 10 minutes if there isn't a goal. Getting set to decide a semi-finalist here. 1-0 after the opening leg in a tight game, with Skellefteå winning on an Andreas Fingerli shorthanded goal. Shots were 24-20 for the winners in that game. Return leg here goes 3-2 to Frölunda, 3-3 on the aggregate.
Especially when we bring it back here. Come to the bench, jump out on the offensive side. Without the puck, it's a fucking man-man, okay? Strong fucking man-man. Without the puck, so we help each other out, okay? Yeah.
Talk over the bench, reminder of defensive responsibilities. 34-27, Frölunda the shots after 3 periods. Next goal will send a team on to the semifinal up against Luleå. Tapra awaits the winner of the Zug Mountfield matchup. That one is all even as they continue in period 3 of their return leg. Here we go, 3-on-3 overtime. A spot in the semifinals for the team that scores. And the youngster out there, Sandin Pellikka, in the overtime. Back into his own zone. Winding forward with it, drops it off. Some speed now through neutral ice. In across the line they go. Played right side, Sandin Pellikka looks to the net. Played a shot for a deflection. Didn't work out this time. Incredible to see the youngster out with an assignment like that in a game like this. Andreas Borgman with a goal in the game. Had one go off of him into his net as well. It's been eventful. Ahead to Rosselli Olsen. Freeberg, Rosselli Olsen. Rosselli Olsen careful with it wide. Plays it towards the middle. Picked up by Skellefteå. Fingerli out to the right side. Three versus 3. Lots of room to operate. Helge Romberg talking about man-to-man defensive responsibility. On the puck, Sandin Pellikka around one man, in over the line. Puts the brakes on. Able to scoop it down the wall. Now some space there. Comes back to the middle of the ice. No shot yet. Ryan Lash defending well. Sandin Pellikka on it. Gives it to Muller. Muller cross ice. Good defensive play to break it up. Stick there from Philip Johansson. Now Johansson to Lash. Lash can't get anywhere. There's Jonathan Jonsson. Wouldn't let him wheel, and the puck goes out of play. Axel Sandin Pellikka, 17 years of age. His draft stock is soaring. He's got the poise of a 30-year-old out there. So much skill and talent. Back to another face-off. They've been so critical throughout the game. Lundqvist up against Sundsvik. Over Dallas Star Lundqvist. Sundsvik drafted by Anaheim. Puck picked up by Frölunda. Making his way to center, Christian Folden. Folden gains the line, plays the puck off. They'll keep it down the boards. Taken along the wall there by Nielsen. Nielsen trying to look out front. He's forced wide. And puck played out to neutral. Folden will go back in his own zone to handle. 2 minutes gone in the overtime. Folden in his own zone. Ahead on the left. Now Freeberg wheels in across the line. Freeberg trying to cut to the net. Checked there by Per Lindholm. Good defensive play by Lindholm. Now Freeberg's got to hustle back. Here comes Skellefteå in across the line. Little space there for Lindstrom. He played it to the front of the net, and it gets pushed aside. Oskar Nielsen over to it. Nielsen to Joakim Lindstrom. Lindstrom shoots! Just missing on that far side. Now working ahead. Down the wing, Freeberg. Freeberg trying to play it off. He's got two on him. He's taken down. Puck battle one, sent back towards the line, but out of the reach of Borgman. And it's getting a little scrambly under these high-stakes circumstances. Here comes Borgman. Makes his way across the line, makes a move, looks to get to the net, and he's just forced wide. Sandin Pellikka with the defensive play. Vingerli with the goal in each leg. Passes it ahead on the right. Sandin Pellikka has some room, shoots! Johansson holds on. And the face-off will follow in the Frölunda zone. Joakim Lindstrom with a nifty move there. He got in close. Just couldn't find a way. Big-time player in a big-time game here. Now at 39 years old. Oscar Muller comes in off a hat trick on the weekend in league play against Rögle. All he wants is one here. Face-off win by Skellefteå. Right side of the zone. Back to the line. Muller goes down the boards with it. Trying to work free. Jonathan Jonsson. Jonsson to Muller. Sandin Pellikka. Back to Muller. Jonathan Jonsson out of his reach. Philip Johansson plays it off. Gets it back. Passes it ahead. A little room to maneuver there. Lasu looks for reinforcements, and they'll regroup. Coming up on 4 minutes gone in the overtime. Trying to find an opponent for Luleå in the semifinal. In across the line. Folden. Down the wing. Rosselli Olsen. Makes its way back to Folden. Folden angled to the side. Gives to Rosselli Olsen. Now played by Freeberg. Freeberg winding. Working his way down the wing. Plays it out in front. It's in behind Rosselli Olsen. He's got to get back. Skellefteå thinking about darting ahead and then electing to get a change in. Now the pass is made on for Joakim Lindstrom. Makes his way in across the line, working one-on-one, takes it to the net. A wraparound thought there, backhand try, and it's sent wide. Mayhem around that Frölunda goal. Johansson out of position, and Skellefteå can't get it to the net. Jakob Nielsen helping to settle things. Played it back into his own zone. Just past the midway mark of the overtime. In across the line, speed, driving to the net, in on goal, the save is made by Söderström. Glorious opportunity for Frölunda. And now they're going to reorganize after that splendid opportunity to move on. Right back at it, Frölunda. Open in the middle of the ice. There's the shot. Doesn't miss by much. Fingerly cools things some. Change made by Skellefteå. Just over 4 remaining in the OT. Jonathan Jonsson across the line. He's got Muller with him, gives it to him. Muller trying to cut to the net. Can't get anywhere this time. Holds on. Oscar Muller. Changes possession, gets it back as he heads to the cage, and that's just wide. As they work the 3 versus 3 beautifully and almost find the winner. Freeberg trying to get away from the coverage. Puts the puck to the boards. Cross ice for Philip Johansson. Vancouver Canucks property. With the puck on his blade. Plays it off. Mursak in across the line. The Slovenian driving, pushed in behind the net. Mursak holding on, stays with it. Mursak still got it. Cuts to the cage, can't shoot it. Now plays it back towards the blue line, and it's out of the reach of Christian Folin. Long lead pass from Lars Johansson. To the front of net they go. Mursak couldn't get the return, or he was in. Sandin Pellikka, just more than 3 minutes to go in the overtime. Sandin Pellikka plays it off. They'll work towards the middle. The shot just to the side of the cage with Johansson guarding carefully. Down comes Frölunda to the middle of the ice. There's the shot. Caroms off a body and goes wide. Non-stop action in the overtime as Borgman goes back into his own zone. Missed the first leg, a factor tonight. Sent forward, that'll be icing against Frölunda. And that's not what they were looking for. Here's Joakim Lindström earlier in the OT. One-on-one with Borgman. The wraparound was all kinds of trouble. Not only for the defenders, but the goaltender, Lars Johansson. They dodge a bullet, and then that's just a terrific save from Soderstrom. Carlson up against Muller on the faceoff. Skellefteå's got it. 2.5 to go in OT. Muller along the boards. Plays it out between the blue lines, then gets it back. Here comes the captain in over the blue line. Circles away from coverage. Now he'll play it off, loose in neutral territory. Skating to it and picking it up in across the line is the Frölunda forward, but he can't get free. Roseli Olsen with a nice job momentarily, taken from him by Muller. Then his pocket is picked. Less than 2 minutes to go in the extra time. Here's Tom Kuhnackel. He's checked. Puck comes free. Man was open in front. The pass didn't get there. Down the left side they go. Sundsvik has some space. He drops it. Right side the shot. And a good rush there from Skellefteå doesn't result in a chance. Down the other end of the ice they go. Jumping up onto the play, cutting to the net. Johansson the shot. Saved by Soderstrom. Now a break for Kuhnackel. Kuhnackel's in. Shoots. Saved by Johansson. 80 seconds to go on the overtime. Is there any chance they'll get through that? Nice move here. Driving to the goal. In and shot. Doesn't find the back of the cage. Jakob Nielsen outstanding. What an overtime period. Another push from Frölunda. Inside the zone. Good job in managing the puck. They'll just take it out to neutral ice to ensure control. 50 seconds remaining. Now a pass ahead. Trying to split the D. Trying to get loose there was Jakob Nielsen. Couldn't. A break for Skellefteå. 2-on-1. Backside pass. Fingerly's in. Saved by Johansson. And the net's off the mooring. Face-off coming up in the Frölunda zone. And what a sequence that was. Philip Sandberg cross ice on the blade of Vingerly, looking for his third goal in the matchup, and Lars Johansson takes away the bottom of the net. Sensational stuff. And these teams are taking it right down to the wire. 1-0 in the first leg for Skellefteå, 3-2 in the second leg for Frölunda, 3-3 on the aggregate. And we're just about at the finish line for 10 minutes of 3-on-3 overtime. You know what that means. Game-winning shots coming up if we get through the 3-on-3. That's a big if.
Ska den sidan gå då. Den sidan. Är du nöjd, Lasse?
So the net's back in place. Defensive zone face-off for Frölunda. Attack zone draw for Skellefteå. Muller up against Jakob Nielsen for this one.
Stay! Nilsson first. Let's go! On the ice, on the ice, on the ice.
Picked up by Skellefteå. 36 seconds to go. Working for a shot. Muller on the right side. Watched by Borgman. Borgman will force him to the boards. Checks him there. Takes the puck and clears it ahead. Jakob Nielsen back into his own zone. Gives to Borgman. 21 seconds remaining. That's it in the 3-on-3 overtime. Tied at 3. In across the line in the right corner. Max Friberg is there. Friberg checked by Sandin Pellikka. They work along the boards. 5 seconds to go in the overtime. Friberg tried to get it backside, couldn't. Takes the shot now, sizzles wide. And this remarkable two-game matchup between two titans of Swedish hockey is going to go down to game-winning shots. What a 6-period battle plus 10 minutes of outstanding 3-on-3. And here we go. Game-winning shots to sort it out to see who plays Luleå in the semifinal. Game 1, 1-0 on the Andreas Vingerly shorthanded goal. Tonight, no scoring in the first period. In the second period, 3 goals, all of them on the power play. Frölunda then canceled out by Skellefteå, Borgman, then Vingerly. Jakob Nielsen scored. Heading into the third, 2-1 in the game. Skellefteå goes back on top. Forsfjall's shot goes off defenseman Andreas Borgman up and over Lars Johansson. But just more than 7 minutes later, Philip Johansson ties the aggregate scoreline with a 3-2 goal on the night.
On the other side. Okay.
So it's 5, you choose. You start.
Okay.
Okay. 5 shooters.
5 shooters.
Different shooters.
Frölunda starts.
5 different shooters.
5 shooters.
You heard the official. Frölunda will shoot first. All of this for a shot in the semifinals and another step towards playing for Champions Hockey League glory. First shot will go to Jakob Nielsen for Frölunda. Nielsen to shoot on Soderstrom. Winds wide, comes in slowly, takes the shot, and he is denied. Soderstrom, very patient, and comes up with the big stop. Jets out that left pad. So it'll be Simon Robertson, who didn't play much in regulation, but here out to take a shot in the game-winning shots, and he's in. Shoots, and a save by Johansson, who had to reach up to snare that one, knocking it down in spectacular fashion. Shot was headed for that corner, and Johansson makes the save. Here comes Ryan Lash. Couple of assists in the game, did not play in the opening leg. Lash is in, shoots, scores! Ryan Lash, the all-time leading scorer in CHL play, the scoring leader this campaign. And he's got a big one here as Soderstrom saw that one go between the pads. Axel Sandin Pellikka scoops it up and skates in with speed. He's got moves, he's got the shot. But can he get the job done here? Not this time. Lars Johansson helping his team to have an edge. Up a goal after 2. Here's Max Friberg. Friberg cutting to the middle, looks to the net, shoots and scores! Max Friberg! And it's back-to-back goals for Frölunda in the game-winning shots. Just inside that post from Friberg. Quick release. Now desperate for a goal, Joakim Lindström. Lindström's in. Lindström shoots! And it's a stop by Johansson. He has been outstanding here in the game-winning shots. Had a tremendous series, but in the game-winning shots has been unbeatable. So here we go, a chance to wrap. The attempt for Patrick Carlson. Carlson in, Carlson shoots! And snared there by Soderstrom. It's an outstanding save from the goaltender. And a clutch save at that. Carlson looking for the corner. Soderstrom says no. Oscar Muller needs to cash. Muller's in. Shoots. Save made. Frölunda gets the job done. They fell 1-0 in the opener. They come back and force it to overtime. Then game-winning shots needed to decide it. And Frölunda advances once again to the Champions Hockey League semi-final. Heartbreak for Linus Soderstrom and Skellefteå. Such an evenly played couple of games. Chances for both teams in the overtime. And the celebration is on at Frölundaborg. Lars Johansson, described by Roger Romberg as the team's leader at the back, and he was a leader in helping his team to victory. The handshakes show the respect between the two teams. What a matchup. It's a shame that one of them can't continue. The amazing run of Skellefteå comes to an end, and it's another appearance in the semi-final for Frölunda as they advance by the slimmest of margins. And we'll look forward to taking on Luleå in the next phase. They're into the Final Four. Frölunda over Skellefteå. For everybody who works to bring you the CHL, my name is Mitch Peacock. Thanks for watching. So long till next time.
Roger Rönnberg, semifinal igen. Små marginaler brukar man snacka om. Det kan vi väl säga idag.
Jag vill börja med att hylla Skellefteå, ett fantastiskt skickligt lag. Och vi får anstränga oss till det yttersta för att ha en chans att vända runt den här serien. Så att all cred till Skellefteå till att börja med.
Men känslan, nu är ni där igen. Ni är bra på det här.
Ja, det är lite overkligt, lite omtumlande faktiskt. Det är en sån tajt och jämn match och jag jobbar så hårt med att hålla känslorna i kontroll så att ja, det är skoj. Vi har alla chanser i år.
Vad är det som avgör till sist, tycker du?
Lasse Johansson är en faktor, sen sätter vi några straffar här så att det är ju inte så mycket mer. Men Lasse kommer upp som stor matchhjälp.
Stort grattis Roger, lycka till.
Tack.
Hej Robert. Robert Olsson, head coach of Skellefteå. Well, you talk about small margins. This was the day of those.
Yeah, overall I think we did a good tournament. It was so close tonight, and we just didn't get the right marginals from our side. So Frölunda is a good team. I thought we had our opportunity here on a 5 against 3. We didn't execute on that, and maybe that's the difference tonight.
You got lots of credits from your opponent coach, Roger Rönnberg. Thought this was a very, very close and even game. What's your opinion?
Yeah, it was. It was truly a hard game and a tough game, and it could have gone both ways. But Frölunda is in the semis, and we're out. So congrats to those guys.
What is it with Skellefteå and CHL? You could be so dominant in your national league, but you missed this little bit in this Champions Hockey League.
Yeah, of course we meet a good team. That's one thing, and maybe we didn't came up with our best game tonight, but I think we did a good game. But Frölunda was a better team today than us. Okay.
Big thank you, Robert, and we'll for sure see you next year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.